Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Hi. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Race to 100. I'm one of your hosts of Straight Up, Rich Thorcell.
I'm Neil Patang. What's going on, YouTube?
And we are on episode number 6.
Number 6.
All right. And the political season is heating up a little bit right now.
The political season is...
Or should I say cooling down? It's not really heating up at this point. It's like
leveling off.
It's nearing the end.
People are just waiting to see
Who's going to drop out.
Who's going to get drop out and represent which party, how.
Yeah.
And we are going to talk about one of the more polarizing candidates, a man by the name of Mr. Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, man.
What do you think about it? Are you feeling the burn? What do you think about that guy?
You know, I was a poli-sci major at Drake, and I spent, 4 years doing that. I ended up doing the Iowa caucuses when Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton ended
And
up
you studied...
religion. Politics and religion.
Black liberation theology.
And black liberation theology.
For our viewers that don't know, Rick is well versed in this subject.
But, I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of... to be perfectly honest, I'm not a huge Bernie fan, just because... I mean, I can understand people who support Bernie and their enthusiasm and their recognition that the political system is broken and the need to change that, but I think that his call for this massive revolution isn't really a very effective way to achieve that change.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, I mean, he's a very compelling guy. I mean, you've got a Jewish white guy from New York that has been
But he's
or
an
seen
old white man.
all sides of politics, and he's so outspoken on the racial issues, the civil issues. Oh yes, Bernie Sanders is, of all the candidates we have, he's the most outspoken when it comes to civil rights.
They had Black Lives Matter protesters come and confront him about racial stuff, and it was only at that point that he really started talking about it.
Yeah, because they were questioning who and what he was. I mean, the guy was fighting housing discrimination during the 60s.
Yeah, I mean...
He was arrested for protesting. I mean, he saw Dr. King. He marched. He segregated. I mean, say what you want about the guy, but he is authentic. And he is
super authentic.
And there's no questioning that he is genuine, and... I mean, it's still crazy to me how even with everything that he's done for the black community or during the civil rights movement, a lot of the civil rights activists and leaders are still reluctant to endorse him. Like Jesse Jackson, like Al Sharpton, those guys are meeting with Hillary as well to see which of the two are actually genuine with their message.
As younger black people might call them, the establishment blacks,
the
people who are entrenched in the political system as it is. Yeah, I mean that really is interesting because you see this divide between younger black people and older black people, and a lot of younger black people tend to side towards Bernie Sanders. At least, I guess, in the conversations that I've had, it seems like more younger blacks tend to support Bernie Sanders and that sort of movement. And then you have people who are our parents' age who support Hillary Clinton. Now, that more or less, as simply as possible, it's because those older African Americans remember Bill Clinton's presidency, which was the first presidency that really started engaging with a lot of the issues that blacks were dealing with at the time. Now, a lot of the people get very angry about some of the policies that Bill Clinton imposed.
The three strikes rule.
Yeah. So issues with
a lot of African Americans who are suffering in prison for nonviolent crimes.
Yes. So, but a lot of older blacks end up seeing the cumulative effect of what Clinton's presidency did for the black community at that time. And at that time, it was a good period, a better period for African Americans.
Yeah.
So they remember Bill Clinton, and they remember Hillary Clinton as well, and they said, I mean, it was a progressive period of time for the black community, which it hadn't been before. So so you have that divide, but
but I've never seen a political candidate that has been so, that has surrounded himself with the black community and worked with them this closely.
You don't think so? I mean,
you tell me. Tell me another political candidate that we've had, someone running for president, someone this close to achieving a Democratic or Republican nomination, white or black, that has worked this closely.
can I say Donald Trump?
Only
Black
if
people
you're-
love him.
They
Black. He has a great relationship with the blacks.
it's actually crazy. You say that thinking you're joking, but actually a lot of the celebrity African Americans endorse him. Your Mike Tysons, your Terrell Owens, these guys have I mean, Stacey Dash. These are attractive, successful African Americans that endorse Donald Trump for whatever reason. And
Ben Carson.
Let's not talk about that guy. If someone told me who would I vote for, Donald Trump or Ben Carson, man, oh my goodness, that's like picking which disease would you want, cancer or HIV, and both of them suck. But oh my goodness, man. But I mean, I don't know. Bernie seems genuine, and he has the resume to back up everything that he talks about, that he's been campaigning for. And when you can show me the proof, of what you're intending to do, it's kind of hard not to get behind someone like that.
Yeah.
But he is doing his thing, and he's a very compelling dude.
He's compelling. I mean, but again, he's been in the Senate for like 40 years, and if he really wanted to create this political revolution, something would have happened by now. It's like he's had plenty of time to be able to do something.
You don't think something like somebody like Barack or Bill or someone like that, or Al Gore is what was stopping him from trying to do it before? These were very strong candidates.
Fundamentally, like, Bernie has a very different message, and it's interesting because I do listen to a lot of political science podcasts, and one of the things that was pointed out was that Bernie's fundamental platform is one that calls for a rearranging of the way that our system currently works. And yes, I couldn't agree more that is something that is so important. But the way that the way that he's just calling for a revolution, our political system is so entrenched as it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's going to do it.
So sorry to cut you off.
No.
Are you one of those guys saying, like, because Bernie's very, like you say, the political revolution, college tuition at a public institution should be paid for. It shouldn't be so expensive. Health insurance should be, everyone should be able to have health insurance, kind of like a lot of European countries do, or the Canadians do. Are you one of those people that are under the mindset that these types of ideas and aspirations aren't feasible?
Oh, I think they're feasible, but I think I'm the kind of person that says change is incremental.
Okay, so we can't do it all in two terms.
The American billionaire class controlling everyone.
Okay, so you're like, okay, this is possible, but let's not act like this is something that can get done in 8 years or 4 years.
Oh yeah,
I mean, again, I'm just trying to get like where you're coming from.
In whatever you want to change, whether it's college affordability, whether it's rearranging Wall Street, whether it's whatever you want to do. There's so much money that's put into the system as it is right now that it doesn't. I mean, unless people show up with torches and pitchforks, you're not going to get the political revolution. I mean, you're asking for something that. It doesn't matter if you have 90% of the country supporting you on all these different issues, because when it comes down to it, it's money. Like, the money controls the way the system has worked right now, and there's so much invested into that you would be very, very hard pressed to have any sort of sweeping change. So I mean, it's nice. Did you know he's not even a Democrat?
I know. I know he's not a Democrat. No, he's been a part of so many different parties. He was an independent, and he was a Democratic socialist. And now he's a socialist, or
no, he's still a Democratic socialist.
He's a Democratic socialist. Yeah. That's crazy. Well, as long as you guys go out there and vote, that's all that matters. We don't care who the hell you vote for.
Did I tell you I voted for Donald Trump?
He didn't vote for Donald Trump.
I actually voted for Donald Trump.
He just wants to see if I'm gonna give him one of my haymakers on camera. My arm is hurting, so I won't do that for you guys.
It's funny. I'll show you. I should have taken a picture of it.
I mean, hey, if that's how you feel, best of luck.
That's not how I feel. It's strategic, though, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's who you vote against. Vote for to vote against.
You vote for to vote against.
So, what do you guys think about Bernie? We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any love or hate for him, agree with us, disagree with us, leave it in the comment section below, and we will read it and do our best to respond. So, I guess with that, we'll wrap it up. And thanks for watching, everyone.
And make sure you vote in November.
Yeah, you should probably vote in November. I'm sure that's a good idea. All right, so with that ends another episode, and we will catch you next time on the Race to 100.